things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. This don't kill my vibe. This don't kill my vibe.
Don't kill it.
I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music. I was sharing what today is. This don't kill my vibe.
I need you to want me, yeah. Need you to miss free, yeah. Ooh, won't be messy, yeah. Need some energy, yeah. Y'all hate us corny with that Illuminati mess. Stop worrying about if Zaya wearing pants or wearing a dress. It's like, bitch came out of your coochie the way you so pressed. They want me to talk about Akbar, but I won't fail the test. If you ain't news, I ain't talking about dogs and fleas. Shout out to BT and those bullshit nominees. Fuck a bitch gotta suck a dick to be on screen. I would never kiss ass, just like Monique. Ungrateful whores roaming around. You don't know, well, nobody feeds you. Take off the bonnet. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody need you. Conspiracy speak. Come stir Reiki. It's a conspiracy. How y'all followers sheep. And all your followers tweet to Kobe and Aaliyah, rest in peace. It's written in the creed. Mona Scott sit in the treasury seat. Call it Illuminati. Call me a little crazy because you still following me. Hope these housewives of Potomac help me focus. Allegations against Mary J. Shit is bogus. Queen trying to take down another queen, some hocus pocus. See, I knew y'all ruffle feathers. The only real is no edges. Though groups have gotten you this far, we love you by yourself, Tamar. Step aside. Help, happy pride. Bald head bitch mad. Please, don't kill my vibe.
Nah.
You talk about reading. Can y'all really read? Because Portia is releasing a book. That's right, child. Portia is releasing a book. She stole that lady's husband and fumbled bags out the bags. And now she, landed upon this Count Dracula. Portia can't even read. Remember she was talking about something about 265 days a year. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was right on the damn Bravo screens, and they exploited her, and now they use her as their biggest puppet.
To this day, we don't know how they got in or out from the inside of the church.
I mean, to be standing on the same floor that people crawled under to escape from slavery, it almost made, because so many people had to die in the struggle so that I might have these freedoms.
Mm-hmm.
You believe now that more than half who ran away ran to find their family.
They just say, honey, I know a slave that can get himself head.
And those are our ancestors. So that's why I feel a sense of loss, because
Nene said, well, did you catch it on the camera?
Exactly where we came from.
And we were just marching for the right to vote 48 years ago.
Right.
I marched when I was 6 years old with my grandfather, Hood Williamson.
You was marching when you were 6 years old, Portia?
At me. That's why we should go to schools and get our education.
Right.
Absolutely. And tell the youth about things like this so they know and they can appreciate what we have now. But it has to be
all right now.
At some point. Somebody's driving the train.
Excuse me?
It's not electric like what we have now.
No, it's not electric. It's not even boogie woogie woogie. You're not gonna feel it, Portia.
Right. Like you really thought like there was an actual train.
And you let her kick you in your pussy. All right, Cynthia.
It wasn't a train at all. They use it. And it's just a euphemism, baby. It's a big scheme. I'm thinking it was like widespread.
We know you were.
Hurtful to me.
Right.
To watch her
be so dumb.
And
stupid. And they gonna say it's a euphemism, like she gonna know what they talking about.
Right.
Stop.
He's not talking about put 56 on the train or on the damn public bus.
No. We're not going to read your book, Portia. If it's a coloring book for Pilar, perhaps that suits you. Dr. shawls because it ain't Dr. Seuss, and you need to get the stepping and by the looks of things and how you subject and verb agreement and how you go up against a bitch head anytime you don't get your way and you like to lash out. You know, you in anger management because you don't want to need it. And I don't like your whole acting dumb thing when you were with Phaedra acting like she was the one that spreaded that big lie about Candy Big Pussy. And she was the only one that said she wanted to rape, drug you, and he called her Candy Cosby and pull her to the dungeon with Tar, who was going by Marvin, it because he wanted to have sexual intercourse with you, Portia. All these things. It's all an act, and she's still acting. She acting like she's going to be a novelist. She's acting like this is going to be a New York Times bestseller. You're not Dr. Jackie, bitch. This is not about to be Queen V and Andy. We know you're going to be producing this as you like to get behind, you know, Black women and monopolize, basically. Get your big percentage, the biggest cut, the biggest chunk. He the biggest rat. He want the biggest cheese. And Portia, we see you at the courthouse, bitch, because it's giving B. Simone. I'm sure she's going to copy and paste, and copy it right down to the courthouse. We got things to talk about because the queen of comedy has something to say this week. And the world, hi, my loves. I love us for real. Monique has something to say, and what? Who would check her boo? I want to hear it because it's not me talking at this point, and I'm not going to say, you know, whether she's the rightest one, the rightest, most right. I'm talking about Portia. Monique sparks the debate after telling Black women to stop wearing bonnets and pajamas in public. Period. Represent yourselves with pride. Hey, my sweet babies, show yourself that you deserve the best for yourselves. I love us for real. She captioned it. I really don't. While I go to this video, I'm trying to act like people really think, you know, this is new Monique. Like, they so surprised. She was on Charm School doing the same thing. You know, that name Sapphire, it represents something ugly, something dirty. Please tell me, my sweet baby, what was your name? My name was Sapphire. Monique didn't care. She just wanted to judge these ladies. Like, she called Pumpkin, who is a trashy ass bitch, the whore of Charm School. You know, she says like the whore jumped out, you know, and then jumped back in. You know, I'm sad for you, you know, because look how you had to come, sister. You had to come as the whore of Charm School. You're expelled. Like, and it came out so mild mannered. She doesn't give a fuck. My Baltimore Queen, why she was asked to host the B2 Awards 4 times. Always represented herself with what was the word of this week? Pride is what Monique used. Represent yourself with pride. Just days before Pride Month. Monique knows what's up. And it's not about judging. It's about get yourself together. We don't want to see it at the end of the day. I'm trying to get to this, but it's not going to it. It's taking a minute. But what I'm going to say is the same. Like, I be seeing it all the time at the grocery store. We don't want to see your nipples being hard. We don't want to see, and it goes for the men too. Like, you shouldn't have an erect ass dick coming out, you know, just to go to the laundromat, you know. And people have kids, and you know, and with these wolf pussies, we really don't need to be witnessing it. You know, it's animal cruelty at best. And Monique was just hinting on the fact that we see each other out in these streets, and we have to pull each other up. Monique did a video also today, you know, double down on her claim, saying, I don't give a F-U-C-K. You know, why she told Deborah Lee, anybody who in this circle who not a part of keeping this ship afloat, get the fuck out. Okay, so we had a second because Monique, the spirit of Monique came through, and she took us all for a minute. Monique, calm down, baby. We on your side. She was like, "Oh, sucky, flippy, you're a monkey." Monique has been blackballed and she has been bitter. We know what she's been going through though, but I stand an Oscar winner. You know, even though that don't mean a lot. From Baltimore, what it does mean is that one thing. You know, we've seen it all. But they seen that one thing, and that's all it took. So we said, salute if that's what Monique said. That's what she said. Okay, we need more Neek. It's not just about Monique. We need more of that. We need a talk show again. Because I'm living for Monique's, you know, swinger opinions about her husband, who she calls daddy, like Dr. Heavenly. Keep it coming, Mo. Because we're going to keep on watching. And just like we kept watching Netflix after you told us to stop.
Right.
Child. Speaking of Biggie.
Speaking of Biggie.
Can't you see? Because he was caught God than a mother. It's like, let me not, you know. Sometimes these lies in these streets hypnotize me. It's been so much hearsay at this point. I thought the damn case was cold. But they still saying that the case of Biggie's death is still open. Sitting behind me is the man who I really blame for it all, to be honest. You know, it's a lot. The killer of Biggie has been announced. And it's like, okay, Waka Flocka meme. We kind of already been new and we kind of just let it be, you know, let the family heal, do whatever we do. Y'all saw the way Kim was crying at that funeral, even though she was to jump off. You know, that's a throwback word, jump off. She was the side whore, side piece. Ho, sideline, ho. Ex-FBI agent, he sealed court documents reveal killer. You know, bottom line is they said it was Suge Knight. Bottom line is they say he orchestrated this hit with the help of the Nation of Islam and this dude by the name of Amir Muhammad, who was he was the one that pulled the trigger. Amir Muhammad was close friends with a corrupt, and I do mean corrupt, FBI agent. Can you pass me my notebook up here? I took some notes on this nigga that I didn't include in my documents. David Mack. Biggie died in March 1997, and David Mack was arrested in December of 1997 for robbery of $722,000 from Bank of America, and he was sentenced to 14 years in jail. While in jail, he admitted that he was robbing the bank to pay off the hitman for him orchestrating the hit for his close friend Amir Muhammad to kill Biggie Smalls. Child, the estate of Biggie did sue him in 2007, and they did get the lawsuit thrown out in 2010, 10 years ago. We know Valletta Wallace deserves peace at this point. We know Afina Shakira, rest her soul, would deserve peace. But somehow, unfortunately, Tupac's name always gets brought back up when it comes to Biggie's case because it was only 6 months within each other. Just 6 months. That's it. Not a year. Just because it was different years. It was only 6 months within each other. And it was just a mere act. Not even mere at all, but it was a savage, dirty, covered up act by the cops, the dirty cops in LA. And, you know, the powers that be that we want to discuss. Diddy, who they said was the original target, who was in a car in front of Biggie. I always said, and I had, you know, looked up on that documentary. I forget which one it was. I don't even matter. It's been so many. That's the point. They have convoluted our minds with information pertaining to the subject. It's just like, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just, we know how people are moralized after they die, and their legacies mean way much more. Biggie and Tupac were prime examples of that. It was like huge sacrifices to the industry. It was a retaliation, but it was really people on the outside making statements. They said Diddy offered $1 million to a Crip member to kill Tupac. And that's how Tupac was killed. And Biggie died in retaliation. I'm sick of reading about this. I'm sick of hearing about it. Suge Knight is in jail for running over that man 45 times, running backwards. So he is, paying his price at the end of the day. And I do wish Diddy a part to the worst life, because I feel like he's one of the only people really out here skate having parties with, lesbians like Issa Rae in the pool, lesbians like Tracy Ellis Ross upstairs, lesbians like Janelle Monáe running up to him and jumping up on him. It's a mess, and he's like unscathed in a way. Try to change his name to Love so the governments don't look after him. You are the government, bitch. And I don't trust him no more than I can throw him. And it's just eerie to me he's the one that made it out. Speaking of the one that made it out, y'all haters are corny with this Illuminati mess, but one thing you're not going to do is silence me. Illuminati is real. I think that just as there are good powers, there are bad powers, and people believe in them both. You can't serve two masters, but some people serve one and don't admit it. They probably don't even know it. Baby girl was taken from us too soon. We all know. We saw the tabloids. We saw the rumors. The cokehead pilot. It was too much luggage on the plane. They had to rush to get to the next video shoot. They weren't even supposed to be filming. Like, again, at the Rock the Boat. It was supposed to be a wrap. Like, just have fun, enjoy being out there. But they rushed her on the plane. Dame Dash told her, you shouldn't do it. Dame Dash and Jay-Z fought over the affection of Aaliyah. Fought over the affection of Aaliyah. Untimely, she passed. Uh-oh. Who came after that? That's all I'm saying. Rest in peace to baby girl. We do believe your legacy lives on and was one of those that is immortalized, but as well as a sacrifice. Shout out to Left Eye. Kobe Bryant recently, his irritation as narrative about a pilot being someone who's been so experienced with, taking celebrities, Kylie Jenner with all her luggage, with all that silicone she be carrying in her asshole. And you be taking people from here and there in any hours of the night, making big bag dollars. All of a sudden, when Kobe on the plane with his daughter, you crashing. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't. Vanessa's moving very swift with this lawsuit. The drama surrounding the family still. Kobe's parents not talking to Vanessa. It's all looking very, very nasty and Illuminati driven. They say it was, happened right before the Grammys, and it was a Grammy sacrifice, which usually happens when Whitney Houston was murdered on, February 11th, just hours before the Grammys awards party that Clive Davis gives annually, who is the devil. Shit, at this point. I just believe in it. And I don't worship it. I just acknowledge that it's a thing. And I don't think people should be scared of it. I think people should just say what the fuck it is. And a lot of people don't even know they're part of Illuminati's agenda, like Lil Nas. And there's certain people like Caitlyn Jenner, who just try to be a part. Like Caitlyn trying to run for governor to really get in these board meetings with these white men. But at the end of the day, my mom, you have an address. And then they're not going to take you serious. Sounding like this. And I just want to die. You say, right. Moving right along. I just want to keep it a little lighthearted before we, head down memory lane. Giselle Bryant. Yo. Giselle Bryant has recently called it off again and again from her long time on again, off again husband, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who has a church in Atlanta, Georgia now. He used to have a church in Baltimore. Monique was right when she called him a holy whore. He cheated already on Giselle, had 2 side babies. I mean, what you expect? All she was saying to her binder was right. He was charging people for COVID tests last year, and he didn't even have. He probably was pumping it up with insulin, pumping insulin in their brains, in their bloodstreams. I don't understand how this fraud hasn't been taken down yet. He did step away from his congregation recently, and Giselle is blaming long distance for why their relationship isn't working out. Giselle is very, very calculated and messy. I can't wait. I can't wait to see her get read this season. That's what I'm looking forward to. Speaking of reading, I gotta pull this up because I don't want nobody thinking I made this up at all. Karen Huger made some blasting claims about Giselle Bryant that I thought, were rather interesting. Karen said what she needed to say. She was having a conversation with Wendy. And let me just go to this. This is according to allaboutthetea.com. And according to All About the Tea, they were talking about Giselle's lady parts. This was posted April 21st, 2021. So like a couple weeks ago. Well, a month ago. Over a month ago.
Right.
Don't try me, bitch. And Karen asked, you want to talk about your fiery box? And Wendy says, you talking about her coochie on fire? And then Karen said, oh, yes, she has a hot box. So there's been a lot of alluding to herpes and about Tamar Bryant, allegedly. Miss Karen Huger broke it down. She did what she needed to be done. As far as she's wore a shirt that says free the Hugers when they went through their tax problems, she turned around and said free Uncle Ben, hashtag tax reform. Giselle is a petty, messy ass bitch. And we see that as far as her and her lesbian girlfriend Robin, as they told her around Potomac. The only thing they need to do to not be caught in a relationship. Karen needed to do what she needed to do to back her up off her. I'm not saying this right, because if it's not right, it's going to get real nasty. And we know Karen is 2 years away. She's a hop and a skip and a pussy pop away from 60. She's 58 years old, and she shouldn't be spreading slander if it's not true. But we would respect the grand dame, wouldn't have to stoop that low. So we won't even get into it when it comes to trying to believe in any way Giselle is innocent. You ain't innocent, bitch. She's definitely the Kenya of Potomac. And we all know Kenya ain't perfect. Or innocent, bitch. I'm going down. I'm going down. Either me or Mary J. And that's on Murray had a little boy. Ciao. Here we go.
Not true.
Mary J. Blige is being accused of statutory rape. Mary J. Blige has been accused of statutory rape. Danny Boy said he was 15 years old when he was flued out by the popular once Bad Boys token It Girl. And Danny Boys was a former Death Row Records. What was he, a tour boy or something? He was just to the road. Price second Suge Knight's dick before he was plotting to kill Biggie, But we digress. We talked about this on our Instagram today because we honestly were gagged and gobsmacked at the even mere impression of them talking about the queen of hip hop soul like this, who was doing just fine. Woo! After letting go of Can't Do and all of the things that he couldn't do in their marriage after cheating on her with Starrella, an artist that he couldn't even get off the ground when trying to compete with the queen of who? R&B and hip hop. So it didn't even make sense. She's always gonna be that bitch 25A. And when they asked her what she wanted on her chicken wrap, it wasn't a little boy. It was wrapped up in some coke back in the day when she was with Casey and JoJo. But I'm sure it wasn't wrapped up in no adolescent ass dick. So we're gonna get into this Instagram post because I'm really shooking at I grew up on Mary J. Blige. I was going down when she was. I wasn't crying when she didn't want me to. And it was all about I'm never sad and blue. And they talking about surviving Mary J. You gotta separate the music, babe. I don't gotta separate shit. because he can't separate the lie from the truth. He's the queen trying to take away and down another queen. Like I said, that's some hocus pocus. What you're trying to do is what you're not going to do, and it's not going to stick. It's very suspect. Let me pull this up. Because Twitter was trying to drag Mary, but you can't drag what God has set. You see, this nigga see what he said?
What is that? I can hear it.
Before I knew it, we were kissing. I took her clothes off and kissed her neck. I taste her body. It tastes better than I imagined. You haven't tasted anything till you taste Mary J. It didn't matter to me I didn't have a condom on because I wanted to make a baby with her and take it back to the hood.
Oh, God.
Excuse me? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. She had my young ass flying back to New York over and over. Now that I'm grown, I wish I could do it one more time. She got in the bed and proceeded to go down on me. I was laid back on the bed, smoking a good grain that she got for me. Using her. If this is true, alleged. Though she was on her period, she still wanted to have sex. But I smashed that ass anyway. It was messy and there was blood everywhere.
I'm about to throw up.
It was so bad that me and Bloody Murray ended up changing rooms. Yeah. Okay. All right, my papers failed. Okay. You calling the police? Okay. Tell them I'm coming outside.
I'm throwing up.
Yeah. Call the police. Danny, you still a little ass boy. You would never speak to me again, ever. With this, did you come with Mary J Blige, the queen of hip hop? I can't. I really won't. Like, it's not good for you. It's not looking good. What's the 411, Danny? Why you gotta make a blast about the queen? Like, to get clicks and views on your little video book that's not going to sell. You can't get work if your work ain't selling. It's not. Like, I wanted to put his picture up here, but I don't.
Yeah, no, you don't deserve it.
Former Death Row Records. Dad, that record label been died. And if I find out Ray J has anything to do with the publication of this book, it's over for him as well. Because we know Ray J right now has the holdings for Death Row Records, and he is in charge of Death Row Records for some reason. Mary J, shout out to your Amazon documentary, boo. We will be watching somehow illegally, but we got you. Like BT supposed to have us on the nominees, but they didn't. We know the new music is going to be fire. We know that you're going to come back, better than ever. And we also know that you just got this Hall of Fame up at the Apollo. And it's a huge honor, my love. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. 25 years in the game, queen. You deserve it. You're at the top in your field. You've been doing it unbothered and unproblematic to anyone. Yeah, you had your time skipping some sneak scopes, but who hasn't? Not me, but some people have. And that's their journey and that's their thing. And we salute you, queen, for coming out on the other side, still having all your glory.
We love you, Mary.
Woo! Mary, Mary, go Mary, go Mary, go Mary. How can I come for the queen of soul when she taught me everything I know? Boy, you tried it. Tamar. It's like Tamar. I had to call you Tamar because I don't know who this is. I saw Entertainment Night the other night. She misses the girl from the reels. Those bitches that got you fired, allegedly. We all know that Tamar is now going with a new story now that she's been talking. Well, now that Tamaga, aka the bed wench, the white man's whore, Tamara, the twin we don't like because we like Tia, followed her back on Instagram in addition to Addition Baylon with her cursive ass singing. They followed her back on Instagram and she misses the girl. She didn't mention Laundry Love, but that's a lot to mention, so I get it. Tamar admitted that WeTV let these black girls take the fall for Tamar getting fired and watch them fall out publicly. Not surprised. We did a whole YouTube video on WeTV and how they use, abuse, and recycle black women. Check it out. It's like episode 3A. They want to have the real reunion, but the only real reunion for me is like, what's the tea laundry? Like, did you really want Tamar fired, or was this comedian lying? Because even if WeTV let her take the fall and then sign off for Tamar to do the next season, if that's true, all the rumblings, all the fact that Tamaga, the house whore, the house slave, the fact that she unfollowed Tamar, in addition, who slept with Israel Houghton, the pastor, the married man, who took him from her husband, Portia, before Portia became Portia. All that drama. Why didn't you guys come to her aid? Why she had to kill herself to get your attention? Like, I don't understand how is that real? Like, it's not real for me. It's fake. It's real fake. Like, it's real fucking fake. And I don't want her to really be around these girls right now. Tamar, deal with your relationships with your sisters. Like, are y'all all talking at this point? Why is it that your sisters would still want to do a show and still feel compelled to do a show after you felt like the show was the reason for your demise and your committing suicide? Why aren't y'all on the same part and program where the things that are best for you are the things that's best for the collective? Why can't y'all figure it out? Like I said, Tamar, we love you in groups. This group, your sister is the group, but we also love you by yourself. And we think that you should stick to that for a minute longer before you try to get yourself around more fake anything. Because this is about having pride in yourself, baby girl. Happy Pride. Woo. Happy Pride. We just had to take a minute to say happy Pride because it is June 1st. And, do it like it's your B-Day. And I don't mean the one you taking the shit in.
Happy Pride.
If you were me, you were irritated because BT has done it again. It has led the charge and creating the narrative that it doesn't matter how much work you put in. Anybody, and I do mean anybody, can be nominated for the once prestigious coveted BET Awards. You can see the completed list and full run of Showdown on your own time because we ain't got it. The nominees for the best female hip-hop artist are, in my MC Dyke voice, Cardi B, Coy Ray, Lotto, Saweetie, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all gonna have to come a little harder if y'all want us to feel it, baby. This is a complete and utter garbage. Where is Nicki Minaj when you need her? Like, she repped this category for 10 years straight, taking it home, and now it's gone to shit. Not only do they not care who gets the award, they allow motherfuckers who haven't even punched the time clock in enough times. Like, what? Like, what happened to Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Trina, even the Brat, like in 2001? Like, I miss when Queen, who we already talked about, Monique hosted it 4 times. And, after that, she did it better than that robot Beyonce could ever. She's the only host to do it 4 times. After Deborah Lee fired her from the Monique show, they don't even deserve the Baltimore Queen, to be honest, because we stand a good show. And the rest of the world hasn't even been checking for BET. Their most watched show happened in 2009 when Queen Latifah, Cleo, my girl, hosted. It averaged 10 million viewers, even though them people didn't watch Queen Latifah's talk show. That's another story. They'll be lucky if they got 10 dogs to watch the show now. Last year's show in a virtually held pandemic only got 1.6 million viewers. That's with Amanda Seales. And, we wasn't checking for her even. That's why she got put off the real fake. Showing, that is not on our radar, but they did it to themselves for real. Because why is Corey LaRoche nominated? Corey LaRoche, she fathers Benzino, right? Has no neck, right? And Jocelyn said, I need a man need a neck I can grab. That bitch is what Jocelyn said to Benzino. According to Twitter, Corey LaRoche was nominated because of colorism. Amongst the reason that, the rest of those nominees look like Sweetie impersonators anyway. Whether we were watching Monique outdance Beyonce time and time again, or Jamie Foxx and Fantasia slob each other down like she was skipping school and like he thought she was Shamar Moore. How about when Alicia Keys, Alicia's still your man Keys, she brought out SWV, TLC, and En Vogue. Let's face it, BT Awards is not what it used to be. They just passing out Lifetime Achievement Awards like vaccines, and they're trying to make sure everybody gets it, even if it's too early. Like, it's legends that still haven't been noticed. RASPCT never got Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know Scrubs never got Lifetime Achievement Awards. Y'all just giving out to Patti LaBelle so much that she should be getting insulin shots for all those patty pies and that sugar. Get it the fuck together, because we see y'all. The female rap category is not the only one that's, in fucking shambles, baby. The best female R&B pop artists are Beyonce, her, Jasmine Sullivan, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, SZA. Okay, so somebody tell me why Beyonce on the list. Because she killed Aaliyah. I know. What project has she released this year, baby? Like, for real. They love to be on her dick, and we know it's bigger than Jay-Z's, but why be on this popularity contest in 2021? Congratulations to Jasmine Sullivan, because, she deserves it. She's only her second nomination her entire career. She need to take that crown from Lizzo, who can't sing and won it last year. Her fat ass like, no, playing the flute out your pussy is not singing. Jasmine, she's been singing since she was 11 at the Apollo. Speaking of where Mary J Blige got honored at. And was singing your grandmother out of a coma and had one of the best R&B albums we heard all year. Will I watch this year BT Awards? Depending on the host, who I hope ain't Tiffany No Jokes Hardish. Probably no, but, I probably catch the clips on the iPhone, child.